In this devotional, I'm going to share with you 3 thoughts from 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 5 through 8, where I'll answer the question, what is the best ministry motivation? First Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 5 through 8 says, "For we never came with words of flattery, as you know, nor with a pretext for greed. God is witness. Nor did we seek glory from people, whether from you or from others, though we could have made demands as apostles of Christ. But we were gentle among you, like a nursing mother taking care of her own children. So being affectionately desirous of you, we were ready to share with you not only the gospel of God, but also our own selves, because you had become very dear to us." Paul is writing to the church at Thessalonica, and he's giving some reasons why he was so enamored with these people. He had come from a difficult ministry scenario where his opponents were coming against him and causing him problems. And then he finds himself in Thessalonica, and he's able to recover there. He's able to have a positive ministry experience there. And as he's there, he's able to build up the church. He's able to encourage its members, and he's able to share the gospel of Jesus Christ while he's there. And as he writes this letter, he explains how his motivation for ministry wasn't worldly, but instead it was focused on the good things of God. So here are 3 thoughts from 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 5 through 8, answering the question, what is the best ministry motivation? Thought number 1, not greed. It just isn't greed. It isn't money. If you're a person who's motivated primarily by money, ministry is not the task for you. Don't go into vocational ministry if you are motivated by the physical things of this world. And here's the reason why. You are likely to fall into the temptation of exploiting others in order to gain material wealth. We all know of pastoral people who exploit their position in order to get money from the folks who are listening to them. And that's something that ought never happen. It ought never take place that the people of God are exploited for their money by the person who is supposed to be shepherding them. So if your primary interest is in money, then you should avoid paid ministerial work, because that temptation is going to come around again and again and again. A temptation to tell people what they want to hear in order to gather from them that which they had earned. Thought number 2, not glory. Glory is not a good ministry motivation. If you like the limelight, if you like the one who's up on stage that people are listening to, and you just really enjoy having people look up to you and finding you ever so spiritual or ever so erudite or ever so intelligent or any of those sorts of things, you might want to rethink your motivation to going into the ministry, because guess what? If you are the person who people are looking to for information about the scriptures, then you will have a sense of glory. People will be looking up to you. You will have a lot of influence, a lot of significance in their lives. But if that's what you're after, if that's what you're seeking, if you want that glory from men, then ministry is going to be hard on you. You're going to fall into temptations to tell people what they want to hear in order to have greater influence with them. You're going to fall into the temptation of always seeking out a greater, larger audience so you can make yourself more significant. You shouldn't do that. Along that path, there's only peril. Thought number 3, sharing the gospel. What is the best ministry motivation? It is a love and devotion for the gospel of Jesus Christ. If you are devoted to the gospel of Jesus Christ, if that is your primary motivation, then ministerial work is for you. And it doesn't have to be vocational ministry. It doesn't have to be you becoming the pastor or becoming the elder or becoming whatever. It can be something smaller. It can be the proclamation of Jesus Christ to your friends, to your neighbors, to your coworkers. But that's the best motivation. The best motivation is a desire to see the message of Jesus Christ shared with the world. This is Paul's motivation. This is why Paul goes through all of the different ordeals that he goes through. It's because he has a passion for the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that is the best motivation for ministry. If you find yourself interested in going into ministerial work, ask yourself this question. Am I interested in the money? Am I interested in the glory? Or am I interested in the proclamation of the gospel? If you answer with the third one, the proclamation of the gospel, then that's the right motivation. These three thoughts come from the assigned reading of 1 Thessalonians chapters 1 through 3. If you'd like to read through the Bible with me, you can do so by subscribing to this channel, by clicking on the link in the description, or by joining the Facebook group Through the Bible, where we are reading the text of Scripture together.